Do you prefer retainer clients or one-time projects? In this video, I'm going to go over my pros and cons of retainer clients versus one-time projects. I'm going to get straight to the point. I prefer retainer clients over single projects any day of the week, and here are a few reasons why. One, with retainer clients, you have predictable income. It is consistent. You charge them a set amount each and every month, and for however long your terms are, you can expect that money every single month. Number two, you get to learn more about the brand. After working with them for a while, you start to adopt some of their language and you already understand their preferences, which helps your workflow become more efficient because you can already predict what that client is going to want. Number three, you become a part of their growth story. I have clients myself that thankfully give me credit when it comes to the growth that they've had in their personal brand and their consistency online. Being able to help them show up as themselves and take away some of that work for them allows you to be a part of that growth story and somebody that they prefer over trying to get somebody else that might be trying to come and undercut you when it comes to pricing. True convenience comes from when you start providing things that they need and it lowers their stress and their output, and they can trust that you're going to get them the results that they need. Number four is additional opportunities and referrals. When you have these retainer clients and you are performing well for them over a period of time, other people and brands and businesses are going to start asking questions. And that's when your client has an opportunity to share who is helping them. I've had a number of opportunities where my clients have shared who is doing their social media content, who is going to be recording them, and I've had opportunities to do work for them as well. I won't sell retainer clients as the end all be all because sometimes there are a few inconveniences. One, it's long-term work. You're going to have to be with this client or this business for as long as you all determine that you're going to be together as client and service-based business. Sometimes the more access they have to you, the more responsibilities that you have, and you are going to be the problem solver for them. There's also the issue of pricing. If you've given a client a certain amount, sometimes it can feel a little bit awkward needing to increase their rates over time because they might not understand why. But if you have that from the beginning of your agreement, understanding that there'll be an increase for inflation year over year, then you all can establish that from the beginning. But that's something that I even currently have issues with, like, oh, I don't want to charge them more. But with inflation, money changes, and sometimes you are needing to increase your rates to also level out the value that you're giving them. So bear that in mind when it comes to retainer clients. From the very beginning, already have inside of your contract that your rates will increase by a certain percentage every single calendar year so that they can be prepared for that as well. Let's go over to project-based opportunities. For project-based opportunities, it's pretty much a one-time payment depending on how large the project is. You might have different increments, but you agree to one particular payment and it could be over time. It could be 50% upfront, 50% once the project is finished, but it is one set amount to be agreed upon for a certain amount of time that is not long-term. Number two, sometimes there's no guaranteed repeat business. You can complete a project for somebody. So let's say you're a photographer and you take photos for this person one time, they pay you and then they are gone. If they're not, especially if they're not in the area. Me living out here in the UAE, I get a lot of one-time opportunities to do photo shoots for people who are coming to visit and they don't live here. So the opportunity to work with them again is slim to none. Now, don't get me wrong. Project-based opportunities are not all bad. They're not bad at all. Here are a few positive that I actually see with them. The fact that there is no long-term commitment is great. This is an opportunity for you to get your money and move on with additional projects. This is also an area where you get to challenge yourself and test out skills as you go and bid for certain projects. So maybe you look into something that you haven't done in a while or you want to practice more on, and you can use this one-time project to be able to utilize those skills or dust them off or get better at them and be able to get some feedback in the short run. And let's be honest. Even if it is project-based, you're still getting paid for it. So I'm for it. Now, ideally, what I do in my business is I have a balance between retainer clients and project-based opportunities. So I have a certain amount of retainer clients that I service every single month for a certain price for each one of them. And then what this does is I know what my monthly income is typically going to be. Project-based helps me increase my monthly income when I do have it. What I want to make sure that I let you all know is that if you have strictly just project-based opportunities, the uncertainty from month to month can be a little bit stressful when it comes to being a service-based business. But having a mixture of retainer clients to where I'm getting X amount of money every single month so I can take care of my expenses and the things that I need. And then you use these project-based opportunities to increase your income, that is going to be great. But having a balance so that you don't get too overwhelmed with the things that you have promised each side. Do you prefer retainer or project-based? Let me know in the comments. I love to hear more of your thoughts. As service providers, we have to make sure that we share what we do with people online. Check out this next video where I show you how one post changed everything in my business.